Heshy Fried from satire.net. I'm at a wedding. It's my dad's wedding, actually, and I was getting remarried, and he's rocking it old school. And I just wanted to point out the fact that it's in Borough Park. And in Borough Park, they have very ingenious mechitza systems. Look at this. This mechitza right here. You're like, wow. Pretty. There's the you can peek in here. Here is the spot where you can kind of stand here and just casually try and weed yourself in, and maybe you'll see some leg, but you won't see any leg because it's covered up by bulletproof stockings. But if there was any leg, you might be able to see it right here because the chairs. You see the chairs? It's like level right there. But if you're at eye level, you really can't see anything. It's like perfectly camouflaged. So you have all these plants in the middle, right? And this is, where people are eating. Then you have this table, which gets... This, to me, should be the singles table. This is where the singles should be sitting. Oh, everyone can see, and they can come up to them and say, oh, I know this perfect guy for you. And then, it'll be like Duck, Duck, Goose with the shotguns. It'll be great. But here's where the men or women are sitting here. This is where the ladies sit, right? So the ladies sit here. So normally, in a normal situation, the men would be sitting here. But in Borough Park, it is so frum that they made the chuppah in the middle of the two sections in order people shouldn't see each other. God forbid someone see someone of the opposite sex. And here is the men's section. So in theory, someone has to walk over the chuppah, place and into the women's section in order to even see anything. You can't see. Look at this. Unbelievable. I'm just commenting on the ingenuity of the mechitza systems in Borough Park. Actually, the people who designed this mechitza system designed the Berlin Wall and the Great Wall of China. It's the same company. So, fear not. You can actually see these mechitzas. They're so large, you can see them from space. That's right. Satellite pictures of Schick's Manor, they show these mechitzas. And another thing about weddings I really, really like are the rolls. For some reason, the rolls are always really, really good, and then all the other food stinks. So you're kind of sitting there eating the rolls, and you notice this is a very cheap wedding because there's no pickles on the table. There's none of those like olives with the little red things coming out of them. There's not even benchers. There's no benchers, but there are lemons in the cups. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I like this whole pre-watering, thing we got going on here. We're not going to spend too much money with the soda on the tables and make them go flat. Why doesn't everyone pour it? And then that way we can pre-portion out everything. So I personally prefer the buffet-style wedding with no assigned seating. Is there any assigned seating at this wedding, Pop? Is there assigned seating here? There is assigned seating. I don't know. That, to me, is the heartache of weddings. There's the invitations. There's the gowns. There's the dresses. There's the suits. I didn't get a new suit for this. There's all sorts of tumult. But the biggest tumult of weddings is seatings. Where the heck do people seat? People. You have that one cousin who doesn't get along with that uncle, and you have the divorced couple that are both friends with the bride and groom, but they're divorced, and it was really nasty, and the kids are going to be there, and there's going to be this whole thing. So how do people must spend hours of service on seating arrangements. And then and then you want certain people to meet certain people. You have those people, you always go to their house, and you're like, oh, you got to meet my buddy Josh. And finally, the wedding is the place for those people to meet. That's my dream. My joy of weddings, one of the only reasons I want to get married is for all the people who I've talked about throughout the years to finally meet each other. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to sit down for 2 minutes for the fish, and then everyone's going to get up and dance. That's the problem. They don't give you any schmoozing time. All of a sudden you're sitting down, you're eating your salmon with dill sauce. Maybe you got some of that soggy broccoli salad with the cashews and the cranberries.
You want to schmooze?
This is my brother.
You want to schmooze?
Yeah, Charlie. Charlie hung out in Italy a little too long, and he's becoming a little metrosexual, shall we say. But he's looking for a woman. He's in Birkas Torah in Israel.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that stuff you say in the morning. Like when a shadchan says, so are you Kovea Itim? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah I am. And in my head I'm like, yeah, because I say Yivarechecha every morning after Birkas Torah. And that counts as learning. So, to me, and then Shema also counts as learning. Did you know that? Shema counts as learning.
Especially if you don't say it in time.
Oh, I never say Shema in time.
Then it's learning.
It's one of those things you can improve on. You know, like if you don't do things well and then you do them well, and all of a sudden people appreciate you more. I feel like almost kids go off the derech because they don't get love until they're off the derech, and then they get articles written by Rav Yaakov Horowitz about them. Shaya Cohen, so I heard you're off the derech. Would you like to come to my yeshiva? Everyone wants them all of a sudden. You're on the derech. What do they want? Get married, go have kids, move away. We don't want to speak to you. You're off the derech. You're doing drugs. All of a sudden, people love you. They care so much. There's my father. He's telling us to be quiet. He doesn't want to hear me ranting anymore. But he also asked me to wear a white shirt, but I said I won't conform to them. Conform. Is that how I sound? My brother even cut his shaggy freaking hair for this.
No, way before this.
Really? Way before this?
Well,
How are you feeling about your father getting married?
I don't know, it's weird stuff, man.
What do you think about them? Can you tell the story about them growing old together?
Who? They might have kids.
Is that possible?
I think it is.
Man.
I'm pretty sure it is. Did you hear what he said?
What did he say?
When he left Heshy's house? He's like, when we were just getting ready, Heshy's just like, Heshy, my father's friend, was just like, well, at least he's like, you better not have any more kids. And as we're leaving the house, he opens the door a little bit, and he's like, she wants.
Oh no.
And then I'm just like, well, if they have a kid, man, it means this kid's gonna have a 71-year-old parent.
I know.
I mean, 41-year-old parent.
Yeah. Well, my dad is 70, and but he's got the stamina of a Ford Taurus.
A stallion.
Nah, he's got more of the stamina of an American car with like 130 horsepower. That's his stamina. But he's up there, man. It's good. It's good.